Do you have a 401k?
No.
Damn, smart man. Ma'am, do you have a 401k?
Wow.
You don't have one? Me either. Sir,
The window down already.
do you have a 401k? Damn. Nobody has a 401k. 401k. Against invisible money. Yeah, we're gonna go see what Edward Jones knows about them 401ks. We're gonna go see what they can do with a rat. Boy. Hey guys, so today we're gonna be out here on the streets filming some good content for you people of YouTube. Today we're gonna be soliciting investments for...
Nope, we're not.
This is not a solicitation.
We're actually not doing that at all.
We don't do that. That's illegal. We're just going out here. We're gonna talk to the great people of Waco. That guy's a waiver. Do you think we should approach this fella? You can actually film from the outside because I got the lapel mic on. True. We'll approach this fellow.
Which fellow?
The guy that waved at me. He looks rich. You just stand out here, video through the door. Sir, hold on. Ooh, only one.
Only one.
We're not soliciting investment, but should you have any interest,
Cool.
Braxton's number's on there. They'll look like you're looking for passive returns on real estate, hard asset, recession proof, being bought all cash.
Wow.
$50,000 a unit, quarter acre lots, mobile home subdivision. The home of the 7-day evangelists, David Koresh. So they, gross rents right now, $67,000 a month, will be over $100,000. Should do 10% year one. Appreciate it. No introduction needed, baby. You give me 5 of these, I'm gonna close them out. Well, we gotta find some blue collar Americans. Those are white collar Americans. You got 5 minutes to talk to us?
Man.
Will you wait on him to?
Really.
Don't film this fella.
Not filming him.
He don't want to be on camera. Do you have a 401k?
No.
Damn. Do they supply you one at your job?
No. Without contract labor.
Ah, smart man. Well, do you know anybody with a 401k?
Not really.
Do you know anything about 401ks?
No.
Damn. Well, we're hoping somebody had told you about it once, because that's all I know about it is what somebody told me about it, because I don't have one either.
Oh yeah, no. Don't got words.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Take care. Watch out. How you doing, Jeff?
Great, how are you?
You got a 401k?
I do.
You got 5 minutes to talk to us about a 401k?
Not on camera.
Nobody wants to talk on camera. Well, you don't have to be on camera. Just tell me what you know about 401k.
I know it's a company-sponsored retirement plan.
Okay.
And it's qualified by the government to have tax deferral.
Right.
And most of them, there's a Roth version, but most of them are pre-tax.
Okay.
And so it reduces your taxable income. You save over time. If you take money out before you're 59 and a half years old, there's a 10% penalty on those withdrawals.
Okay.
And the idea is that you use the money to supplement your retirement and live the best life you can.
How do you retire with a 401k? Do you draw it down? Does it pay you monthly? How does it work?
There's lots of different theories on that.
Okay.
So it depends on the person, depends on the situation, what other monies they have.
Okay.
But essentially, it's a lot of people draw it down. Some people put it in an annuity so they have regular income. Some people do a combination of the two.
How much do you think you need to retire on? What amount in a 401k could I retire on safely in today's dollars?
It really depends on what your expenses are.
That's true, but what do you think for your expenses?
Probably 2.5, 3 million.
2.5, 3 million. Great answers, Jeff. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Big Mike. I'm not saying you are a criminal, but you look like a criminal. You know what I mean? White guy in shorts. Ma'am, y'all have 5 minutes to talk to us?
Oh gosh. Sure.
It's just questions.
Oh, I'm concerned.
What? Why?
Who's the 4th U.S. president?
Oh, it's these guys.
No. What are you concerned about?
I'm out.
Do you have a 401k?
No.
She does?
I did. Now it's an IRA.
You converted to an IRA.
Yes. Well, I had the 401k with my old job and I
To an IRA. Who handles that IRA money for you?
my cousin.
Great. What about you?
Mine is through, I think, a couple different ones.
Really?
Now that I'm put on the spot, I couldn't tell you.
Well, so you don't know who manages it? Like, I mean, it's like probably Edward Jones, Fidelity, somebody like that. Okay. And your cousin, does he work for one of those people, or is he just a fella? Can we get your cousin's contact info? We would also like to interview him. Not about your 401k, just about 401ks in general. We want to talk to an expert. Yeah, ask him. Text him. Say, hey, these fellows are here with cameras. There's a creeper with at some point in the future. Oh, no. We don't solicit investments. That's illegal. Not at all. We would never, ever. We're just shooting content around 401ks. We feel like blue collar Americans get sold on the 401k. Braxton's mother doesn't have a job. She did the right thing, saved in a 401k. And over the years, after she no longer contributed to it, she noticed it was going down even though the stock market was going up. It's just a weird trend. So she's not contributing. There's a guy somewhere pulling some levers and somehow the market goes up, but her 401k goes down because she's no longer contributing. And I just wonder if overall, if everybody's 401k goes down, if they don't contribute to it. That's all we're trying to figure out.
I mean, I can ask him.
Well, we want to talk to a guy like that. We want to go to somebody. We got this. It's got Braxton's contact info at the top. I can tear you off.
Text it to you?
You can just give that phone number, be called, the call is permanent.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we want to interview one of those humans because, like, you're educated on 401ks, right?
Not much.
But somebody told you about it. What'd they tell you?
If you need a house, let us know.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I mean, did you see what we handed out?
Yeah.
We do a few $1 million worth of real estate a year. So they told you if you contributed to a 401k, and they being probably who?
My employer at that time.
Was it an employer or was it a coworker? So what about you? Was it an employer that said, hey, contribute to this?
Yeah, it was just kind of set up that way. It was done more with corporate.
Yeah, it's a benefit. So if like,
I contributed.
yes, you contributed your dollars and they matched. And that's what they tell you. But nobody tells you like how to retire using it.
Not really.
They don't never tell you that. And if you do get that information, like who do you know that's retired from a 401k? Do you know anyone? No, I'm.
Like my husband.
Talk about it.
We need to talk with Josh. Can we get Josh's number?
Like him.
Yeah, but I just want to know because blue collar Americans are told every day that if they do this thing and they do it right, they can retire. His mother's retired, but not to the age that she can withdraw her 401k, and it steadily went down. So I want to know at what point she can live off that money if it's going down in between now and the time she gets to retirement age. If nobody tells her what they told you, which is you moved it to an IRA.
No.
You moved it to an IRA.
I also.
You also have an IRA, unless you move it out and put it somewhere where you know where it is. I mean, your cousin's doing a great job, I'm sure. But with you get a statement every month, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? And you don't know that human that's managing it. So
I don't even look at my statements.
yeah, nobody does. I mean, I wouldn't either. Like, I mean, I would just throw money in there and hope for the best because somebody told me to at some point in time, and then I get to retirement age, and I'm like, now what do I do? Well, there's money there, but how do I live off this much money? Nobody told me how much money I was going to need, or how to grow that money, or how to make that money have baby money. You know what I mean? I need baby money to live on. I can't, if I erode the principal, I have no more baby money. So, Josh, the husband, you won't give us his number? Oh.
I have one. You can give her number too.
That'd be great.
Well, a husband? No, or a phone number. We're not recording Josh's phone number. Ma'am, do you have a 401k? We're interviewing people with 401ks. You don't have one? Me either. I do.
Yes.
Want to buy a house?
Yes.
Yes. I don't know.
4 houses is 4 of them.
We're trying to buy 81 right now.
Are you really?
Yeah. She is the realtor here. When do you go talk to her? You're the realtor where? In this building?
No, Waco.
Oh, there you go. Well, Corey Thompson.
Jennifer Dalzell.
Oh,
Braxton, nice to meet you.
Jennifer.
we do know Jennifer. He's also a realtor.
Yeah, who went?
The Gingrich Group are based out of Dallas.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This is Big Mike. If Big Mike has not called Jennifer Dalzell yet, that's his.
It's
That's
on
You
his
him.
should know
It's
who
on
Big
him.
Mike is.
He should have already called you by
through
now.
reverse prospecting. So
If he
you
was
haven't,
doing his job, you would already know him.
Oh,
you would have gotten a selfie video from him.
Yeah. You should recognize his face, his demeanor, and his accent. So,
Oh, okay.
who do you work with?
Texas Premier.
Texas Premier. I don't know him, but you got any listings?
I do, but I do a lot with buyers.
Okay.
So
need
right
buyers.
now, I like buyers.
I need buyers.
Yeah, I like buyers. It's to me, they're a little more realistic than what
Okay.
sellers are at this time.
If you've got buyers in the $200,000 price range, we'll make a deal on everything we got.
Really?
We've got
Really?
4 houses here in Waco that are currently listed. We need buyers for. So, Big Mike,
How many houses?
4.
4 here in Waco?
Well, maybe 5. I mean, actually, we got a bunch of Grosbeck, but we have a foreclosure that we just took back that is bombed out. Won't probably have a buyer for it unless it's an investor, but even then. But we got 4 of them that'll go FHA, conventional, whatever, and then the under $200,000 price range. We got one that's in the $250 price range.
I'm fixing to send you my contact card.
Right here. So do you office out of this building? Or are you just having coffee?
Let me tell you what I'm doing. So I really am one of the top buyer's agents here. No joke.
Okay. Awesome.
Last year we only did 35 buyer transactions. The year before that we did 55, which was amazing. But last year the interest rates were higher, and so
Still, 35's.
yeah, it was a little more difficult. But 35, yes, it's not a slouchy
Right.
Yeah.
start.
You're working.
But I'm coming to see a lender.
Okay.
He is the only lender, had one transaction with him. He is the only lender that came out and saw me during the holidays looking for my business. And I thought, I'm going to return the favor. I'm going to come see him today.
That's what we like. That's why we do.
You know that?
So, but check this out. We offer owner financing on all of these houses.
Oh, okay.
All of them but one.
All of them but one?
The nicest one we don't, because it's already owner financed and we're trying to sell it for the fellow that owner financed it.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but all the rest of them, owner financing is available as long as they have at least 10% down, enough to cover their closing costs, which we run everything through RMLO, so we underwrite it just like a regular mortgage.
Okay.
Employment, all that's got to check out. But if they're 1099, ITM, any of that, we can get them financed, and we'll carry the note for them. It'll be about 12% interest, but I mean, that's not even that high anymore. So
No, that's good. I will tell you this. I've got I usually keep about 10 solid buyers,
okay,
like in the pipeline at a time.
Okay.
So this weekend, starting Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm going to be working, probably showing about 20 to 30 houses.
awesome.
So,
I'll shoot you over what we got.
yeah, send it to me, seriously, because, chances are I may have a buyer. And, we're always looking for somebody that's going to own or finance. Here's my partner right here.
The lender,
No, my
Just-
real estate partner.
real estate partner. Is your name Mike?
My name is not Mike.
Oh, I was about to say we got dueling big Mikes.
That's my dad's Big Mike.
This is Nate.
Nate.
Go ahead, cuz.
Corey.
Corey,
Braxton.
Braxton, Nate.
Nice to meet you, Nate.
Hey, Nate, do you have a 401k?
I do not. My wife does.
Does she?
Yeah.
Really?
Why are you looking for 401ks?
We want to talk to people about who taught them about 401ks and how do you retire with one. Braxton's mom's got one. It went down 11% over 2 years after she quit contributing to it.
So you're looking for people to start investing in real estate to make more money versus doing the 401k.
Hey, I'm just trying to.
No, exactly.
I'm trying
Let me tell you, instead of buying houses, I built a wedding venue.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
I have a wedding venue on top of doing the real estate, and
Right.
just to have extra flow of income coming in.
Well, but I mean, we just want to know, hey, how do you retire? You put $1 million in a 401k, then you're 65. What do you do next? I mean, how do you make it? You live to 95. How do you make it that million go till then?
30 more years, yeah.
It's like, what do you do? I want to know who taught them that, because like me, whenever I was younger, they told me invest in the 401k, but it was just some dude I worked with.
Sure.
It wasn't anybody that ever retired with $1 million 401k. It was just some guy telling me if I had $1 million in a 401k, I could retire. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with them. But I think it depends on the company if they're matching and whatnot.
Oh, the match
Or
is
if they match, then you should
the match is the only real benefit that I see.
exactly.
But I want to know what other people are sold
See,
on.
what I tell younger people that I meet with, buy you homes.
Yeah.
Real
No.
estate will never fail you.
I mean-
invest in that. That's what I
I got
always
a
tell
Roth
them.
and then a Roth IRA.
So you have an IRA.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And a Roth. So, all the gains are tax free. We have a strategy we use with the Roth where we trade notes. So we'll go create a note in a Roth and then sell the note for a higher value, right? So let's say there's a trailer house. You get it called, somebody wants to sell their trailer house. Are you going to list it?
Yes.
Well, but I mean, at what point will you not list it? There is a point where you're like, you know what, that's not worth
If
my
the
time.
land is great, but
Okay.
the mobile home is horrible, I'll find somebody that want to buy the mobile home, pull the mobile home off, and I'll sell it.
Okay, so when we get calls like that, say we're buying something for $10,000, we know we can owner finance it for 40. So you buy it for 10, okay? When you owner finance it for 40, you now got a $30,000 note, right?
Sure.
That $30,000 note, if you did that in your Roth, okay, you can then sell it for 20. You started out with a $10,000 Roth, now you got a $30,000 Roth.
Certainly.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can sit there and trade that real estate in that manner and juice that Roth up until it gets big enough to do something with. So, anyways.
No, it's a great idea.
Well, it's not financial advice. Sir,
The window down already.
do you have a 401k? Damn! Nobody has a 401k. It's no good no more. Even he knows. Sir, do you have a 401k? Yes. Do you have 5 minutes to talk about your 401k? Okay. Who taught you about the 401k? College? Damn. So no, do you have a 401k, sir? So you haven't told him about the 401k. What do you know about it? Like, what did they tell you? How do you retire using a 401k?
Well, the match.
Okay.
Company match.
So this company matches, do you know what percentage? Okay. Do you know who manages it?
Manage the 401k?
Yes.
No, I think it's the bank.
Yeah. So, but you don't know the fella. So it could be Edward Jones, anybody like that, but it's not like a guy that you go and hang out with, do anything with. Okay. How much do you think you need to retire with a 401k? $1 million. Okay. Well, thanks for your time. Appreciate it. We're trying to find somebody that manages a 401k that actually pulls the levers on what it's invested in. Because do you know what your 401k is currently invested in? Like what it actually owns? It's just stocks, maybe bonds. Nobody knows. Everybody we've talked to today, nobody has a clue where their money is. They know they got money.
No, as far as knowing where it is, we don't.
Yeah. So, all right. Appreciate your time. Thank you. 401k. It's invisible money. The other part of the blue collar obsession with the 401k is I can liquidate this tomorrow should I get laid off.
Yeah.
Pay the taxes, be done with it. They treat it like a savings account, not like an investment.
Saying no matter what, I'll just transfer it to wherever.
I'll just sell it. I'll just liquidate it. That's what I did with mine. I got laid off, liquidated it, said fuck it, done with this, and then, instead of going out and finding a job like I needed to, I sat on my ass for 4 months. Then went and found a job. The crazy thing is, had I not had the 401k, I just went and found a job. It made me lazy. It took plus or minus 30, 40 grand out of my life. You have a 401k? 401k? Yeah, like the retirement account? Y'all have one? Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, well, I just want to know how you retire on one. We don't know how they work.
I think they're mad you just talked to them.
I think she did.
That guy wears a mask normally.
You didn't, did you get that on camera? Mm-hmm. That's how 401k humans treat blue collar Americans. I mean, we ain't even in their weight class. You know what I mean? The fact
That guy
that
normally wears a mask.
Has a trench coat, like.
oh, you actually see him?
Yeah, no, he's like on the 4th floor or something.
Yeah, but what? Look, we don't have. You can blur them humans out. The fact that just us talking to them ruined their day. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Braxton in a suit would have got a different response. Oh yeah, we're gonna go see what Edward Jones knows about them 401ks. We're gonna go see. We're gonna go see what they can do with a rat. Boy, let's go. How you doing?
Hi.
We would like to learn more about 401ks.
Okay. Can you take a seat and I'll tell you. He's on the phone right now.
Absolutely. How's it going? Brent?
Braxton.
Brent,
Corey Thompson.
nice to meet you.
You know what kind of tree that is or plant?
I don't know. I bought that at Home Depot probably 15, 20 years ago. We got a cameraman, we got everything.
We're trying to learn about 401ks. Braxton wants to get a Series 7.
Okay.
And we want to know how 401ks work. We also have a
So-
property management company.
Okay.
So,
So you want to get your Series 7,
I'm looking at a 65 now, yeah.
65, okay, to do, I guess to get into the business?
Yeah, well, we do real estate, and
Okay.
so we've created a couple of funds now, and
Okay.
friends and family IRAs, personal cash, go to deploy it on cash flow and real estate.
Gotcha. And you want to learn about 401ks, like how to set one up, how to...
how to make it cash flow in retirement.
Okay. I mean, the main thing is like setting up an account so that you have money going in every month,
Okay.
every year, so then it grows and compounds. And then when you get into the time when you're going to take the distribution, looking now, you can count on 3 to 4% for income is a safe number that we like to use. That's probably a low number as the market's been averaging, closer to 8 to 10%. But what that means is for every $1 million, you have 30 to 40,000 a year in income in retirement that you can draw out, relatively safely without having to touch the principal to where it would then last.
So the plan isn't just to draw it down. The plan with it is you're living off the excess.
Yes. Yeah, because you got to make up for the margin of error. And that is, what the market can do, ups and downs in any particular year. So that way when you retire, if you have a, heaven forbid, 30% down year, it doesn't eat into it to where you can't sustain the distributions every year. But then you can also do things like be more conservative with it. And that's where we get into the more advanced planning.
Is that like
having money in
bonds?
cash, correct, bonds, equities, so that you're not all in equities. And you can also use like equity income funds, which you can get a 3 to 5% yield just off the funds, through dividend and interest payments.
Okay.
So
like right now, if I set up a 401k for our property management company, so we got 10 employees? Okay, so we do an employee match, all of that. Who manages that for us? Who actually pulls the lever on the trades?
It would be at your direction, but that's what we would do. And then I would even back up even further and go, I don't know that I would, if you have 10 employees, I wouldn't use a 401k. I'd use another option, probably like a simple IRA, because with 401ks you have other tax planning that you have to do, and like other, they got to test it to make sure it's not top heavy. So, and that adds expenses. You have to have a third party administrator. Whereas you could do a simple IRA and you wouldn't have all that.
Okay.
And you could do, I'd have to look at the limits, what they're going to be in 24. But you could do that. And then you can do a 3% match on that.
Okay. That's what I was wondering. So the employer can do a match.
Correct.
In that scenario, you got somebody that's managing it. Who is that? Who is that human? Is it you?
Yes, but I would say that it'd be myself and the client. So everything we do is going to be at your based on your risk tolerance, based on your time horizon, how long you have to invest.
Well, when I have my 401k, they would say, do you want to be aggressive or do you want to be conservative?
Correct.
But I don't know. I don't even know what that means. Like I'm getting a statement and it would tell me what stocks I'm in, but I don't remember that much about it.
Right.
It was 20 years ago. But if I have that with you, then I'll get a statement that says I own this much Apple stock, this much this. I traded.
Right.
Will I get that kind of breakdown? Or
Yes.
Okay.
In those type of plans, it may not be individual stocks, but like what we do is we have a risk tolerance questionnaire.
Okay.
So then you would fill out that risk tolerance questionnaire. That would then determine like what mix, like how conservative or aggressive that we would recommend that you would be.
Okay.
And then from there we would discuss the investments and how much in bonds, how much in money market, how much in growth and income, to so that you're in a mix that would suit what your goals and objectives and risk tolerance would be.
How do you get paid on that deal? How do you get paid on that transaction?
It would depend. I mean, some of them it'd be a fee-based account. Others are commission-based, but it would just depend on
how we did
what
it.
Type of
But we would have that option. Does the average person that gets into a 401k have those same options, or me from a company would I direct that?
401ks are different because typically they're larger. So I mean, you have volumes, in scale,
right?
To a 401k, because you have a whole lot of. But then it would depend because it would depend on the number of employees. How much money was in the plan.
Okay.
How much anticipated money would be in the plan each year.
Okay.
So the expenses on those would vary depending on that.
Okay, but it wouldn't. You don't get paid to trade.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, it would depend. Not in a 401k. Like our models don't have that, but in simple IRAs, I mean, there could be there is a commission-based side of it. And
Right.
I mean, what I do is we just sit down and go over, the costs and the benefits and expenses of each type of account, and then
Okay. So if we gave you a PPM for a piece of real estate, could you invest other people's funds into that? Or is that...
what do you mean a PPM?
Private placement memorandum. So like, are you able to pick like a closed-end fund that you wanted to direct client funds to?
Is it like yours?
Not mine, but in like
hypothetically any fund.
Hypothetically any fund.
I mean, Edward Jones has our list, You know, and,
Okay.
and we have like preferred fund families, so we can't choose.
So you can't sell away.
Correct.
And okay.
Correct. Yeah, and that's from a regulatory standpoint. I mean, we can't.
It's not
you
an
know,
approved product.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, because we have strict, compliance and everything there. So
Do y'all have a self-directed IRA or self-directed vehicle at all?
Yes.
Edward Jones?
Yes.
So if somebody has an Edward Jones account, they can put it into something and self-direct it.
Well, it depends on what you mean by self-directed. Because like with marketable securities that are approved by our compliance department, yes.
Okay.
Like a rent house, no.
Right.
Physical gold, no. You have to have another, a third-party administrator or some other fiduciary that monitors that
Like Quest.
that piece.
Like Quest is who everybody uses for self-directed IRAs.
Possibly, yes.
Because then they go buy a rent house with it or,
Right.
Buy an option.
And then they handle all the rules with that as far as,
Right.
making sure you jump through all the hoops to make sure that it's a...
What we really want to try to figure out, 'cause it's like we've got a Regulation D fund, right? And it's registered all the things that we got to do, but it's limited to state of Texas residents. So what we'd really like to figure out is there a way that we could have, say, an out-of-state client goes through someone like yourself
A broker.
in order
Not
to
me.
place those funds?
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Right.
Yeah, that's probably outside of our...
Well, it's definitely outside of your approved
Yeah.
list. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, that's kind of.
That's kind of the direction you're looking.
I mean, in a way.
You may talk to the third party administrator, Quest,
Right.
and see who they have used, because I know every advisor and every broker dealer has different requirements, but that wouldn't be something that we could do.
Well, yeah. All right.
So,
You seem like a guy to know, Brent.
all right,
You've been very helpful for a
Thanks.
bunch of
Appreciate it.
20-year-olds and
all
one
right,
old man
with
that walk in
cameras.
with
All right.
cameras.
and microphones.
This ain't financial advice. We're generally, we went and asked a bunch of blue collar people about their 401k, and they all have them, and they're all very large.
Yeah,
But they have no idea who manages them. They don't know the guy that pulls the lever on the trade, and they don't know what stocks they own.
yeah,
The only thing they know is some guy that they worked with told them, you should try a 401k.
Yeah.
That's how you're going to retire. But they don't know how to cash flow it in retirement.
that's why I have a job.
That's why you have a job. That's true.
That's why I have a job, and so because typically they'll make a living and save throughout their working career, and then that amount gets pretty large, and they're going to need to turn it into an income stream, and that's where they come to us and sit down
And go over it.
and go over it.
Right.
Most people are like, well, that's not enough, or you'll get people that have $250,000 and think, oh, I got enough to retire. Well, you don't. I mean, so
like what we do is we take people's IRAs and we put them in first lien position on real estate, and we pay them 12% interest only and 2% origination every 6 months. So it's 16% for the year, and we pay it like clockwork in the debt environment, and then we'd refinance them with a bank.
okay.
Now that the bank's interest rates are higher, we swapped it to equity. So we give them 90% of the deal, 80% of the deal. Then they get a good K1. They get the depreciation from the asset. But it's still treated like debt for us as far as the margin that we make. The difference is we're not paying a bank. We're not paying them interest.
Right.
We're paying them the income from the property.
Yeah.
They get the depreciation. But the real estate does just as good. So, I mean, we're buying 81 units for $3.5 million.
Yeah.
You're probably making over asking offers. I mean, it's just a weird time to buy.
Yeah.
When you can refinance a year from now and get the rate if the rate goes down. If the rates don't go down, if they stay here, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Time will tell.
Time will tell. But appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Brent's a bro. I love him. If you enjoyed this video, please, for the love of God, let us know in the comment section. Also, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell so you know every time a new one drops.